Greetings family, peace and love to you and yours. This is Guru and thanks for visiting my channel. This video is about the Paris mayor who calls for Black Feminist festival ban. Social media users slam mayor's call for a ban as attempt to prevent Black feminists from organizing against racism. So let's go to this story. Paris Mayor Anne Hildago, which that is clearly a Spanish name, has sparked outrage by calling for a ban on a Black feminist festival in the French capital, saying it was, quote, prohibited to white people. The first edition of the Neosapo Festival, due to run from July 28th to July 30th at a cultural center in Paris, billed itself as, quote, an event rooted in Black feminism, unquote, and reserved 4/5 of the festival area for Black women, according to its website in French. Another space would be set aside for Black people, regardless of gender, and a third area would be open to all. Hildago, in a Twitter post on Sunday, said she firmly condemned the organization of this event prohibited to white people. Quote, I am asking for this festival to be banned, Hildago said, adding that she also reserved the right to prosecute the organizers for discrimination. While some French anti-racist and anti-Semitism organizations also condemned the festival, Hildago's call for a ban triggered angry reactions from the organizers and some social media users. They described the call as an attempt to prevent Black feminists from organizing against and resisting racism in France. SOS Racism and Anti-Racist Movement, it's an anti-racist movement rather, described the event as, quote, a mistake, even an abomination, while LICRA, the International League Against Racism and Anti-Semitism, referring to an American civil rights icon, said, quote, Rosa Parks would be turning in her grave. Organizers hit back with Cultural Center Le General, where the event was to be hosted, and the collective IMWAS, saying they were the target of a disinformation campaign and of, quote, fake news orchestrated by the foulest far right. Quote, we are saddened to see certain anti-racist associations letting themselves be manipulated like this, according to a statement posted on the General website. Several social media users expressed support for the IMWAS collective with the hashtag Je soutiens Mwasi. So I'm gonna start this one off with, excuse me, with the first tweet from Je soutiens Mwasi. Now I know that I'm jacking up that French term here, but I'll let you read it for yourself. Maybe you, if you speak French, then you probably are laughing at the way I'm pronouncing it. However, it reads, organizing amongst ourselves to reclaim the narrative, to demand that discriminations in, etc., has been a crime since the, quote, since the hashtag Black Code. I like that term, family, hashtag Black Code. We talk about that, and I know I've heard Tariq Nasheed talk about staying on code a lot, and I know that's pretty much, you know, I'm sure that this term, the way she's describing it, is somewhat different, but I do get what she's saying. It always does seem like it's a problem to white people when Black people want to organize and discuss our issues. They seem like they're very, very insecure. So I'm going to start that off. I was going to wait until the end of the video, but I'm going to start that off right now while I'm on this particular tweet because I think it speaks volumes how the Europeans always have a problem when black people want to organize. They have a problem when we want to organize amongst ourselves without their interaction. They seem insecure, very insecure. I don't know any other way of describing it unless you can. If you have another way of describing it, then by all means, I'm open ears. But I see it as a form of serious insecurities of them, of Europeans, of white people. They're very insecure. They're so insecure that they have a problem with black people wanting to get together to organize and make our situation better. I would ask a white person, why are you there? Why is it that you want to be there? Because it's not like you're donating thousands and millions of dollars to our causes. So why is it that you want to be there? Do you have some money to give? To donate? What is it that you need to be there for? That's what I would want to know. Why is it that you always have to be in the middle of what black people are doing? You do not own black people. Get that through your thick skulls. But I digress. We're going to move on to the next tweet. And you know, I'm sure in Africa, just like in America, you have black people who are coons, people who have black skin, and they have white thoughts. And I'm not saying that that's the case with this particular person right here, but they tweet a different side as far as I can see. She says, "This is all about trying to make an example and pandering to white nationals, scoring political points on the back off those with less power." And she continues, "This is not about equality. To deem safe spaces for people of color as discriminatory is not about equality. It's about power and opportunism." Maybe she is for she's for the original sister here. What I'm saying here is, in my opinion, based on both of these tweets here, it just seems that either she's talking to the mayor or she's directing this to the sister about needing safe spaces. Let's continue. Sana here, she sums it up what I was getting at, and she puts, "Safe spaces are so important, especially if you're talking about sensitive issues such as race and gender. Support this." Well, you know what? Now I'm going to back off just a little bit right there. Is that I would support this group in this particular situation if it in fact included black men. The black family is so important, and by excluding the black man in this event is just as bad, in my opinion. So with all due respect, I know that these black women, they're the black feminists, they want this festival, sure, but by excluding the black man, you're really messing up the dynamics of the black family by not including the man. If you think that a black man can't be there while you discuss issues pertaining to you, then you're diminishing the thought process and the support of black men. So you're really doing yourself a disservice, in my opinion. But I'm gonna continue on to this post here. This next person, she sums it up pretty nicely, and I'm gonna discuss this too. She says, "If we talk about racism around white feminists, then we are divisive. Create a safe space to discuss racism, then it's exclusionary." You see, she's getting on to the point of what I'm talking about, is that we can't do anything anyways without white people wanting to be included. It's like they have to be included in everything we do, but yet they want to exclude black people in the things that they do. See the trick? So, again, creating a safe space for to discuss racism is inclusive of black men as well. I don't understand why black feminists have the need or feel the need to exclude black men out of these discussions. And black men have we we have to give black women the same respect that we require and that we ask of others, to respect us while we have our voice, while we have our opinion, and not get mad and frustrated and get stupid just because somebody else has a different opinion. That's why I have the followers I have, and then others have the amount of followers they have. It's a mentality also. There's some people who want to hear certain things or don't want to hear certain things, you know. So, anyways, I just feel like this festival here, this Black Feminist Festival, would have done so much better if they included black men in this festival. And look, Professor Fleming really sums it up nicely. She says French white supremacy is so thorough that mayors will lie and deploy police violence just to keep minorities from meeting. Do you know that we here in America, we are used to white supremacy doing the same things here? They use these type of slick, well, they're not so slick tactics. They're old and dried up and tired. Black people are smart enough nowadays, we understand that. And that's why we don't end up at some of their functions nowadays. They don't see black people, they see white people tearing up. But see, they don't call it the same things that they call it when black people are there. See, they call it just a meeting that got out of hand. They don't call it a riot or a melee. They call it a meeting that just got out of hand, you know. You know, their shenanigans. But anyways, I digress. Let's continue. I think this last quote sums it up, and it says, non-mixed spaces are indispensable for our struggles. We have a right to support ourselves. And that sums it up. Yes, we do. We have a right to support ourselves. And with that said, this mayor, I'm going to go back to her pitch. This Hispanic or Mexican Latina mayor in France, she's pretty disgusting to me because she's aiding in white supremacy. It's a ugly tactic and it's an ugly ploy. We've seen it played over and over and over again. It's when black people want to organize something amongst ourselves and they feel excluded, and so their little feelings get hurt and they get insecure, and then they want to ban something that we do. And it's disgusting. This mayor, she's disgusting, in my opinion. Very disgusting, disgraceful. And with that said, I just want to remind people that when you include white people in these type of studies and these discussions, white people tend to get angry and they get mad and they start saying things loud, and they start problems to where we can't get our discussions, we can't get our points heard, we can't get our points across to other black people. No, we can't do that with you in our presence. So that's why we don't want you there sometimes. Sometimes you guys just act like your IQs are so low that you claim that you have high IQs, but it's so low because you can't even think logically. I'm gonna end this off here. Family, I'm sorry I got a little long-winded on this one, but when I read this article, I thought, wow, okay, what is this about? Anytime it's dealing with black people, whether it's black men or black women or both of us, I'm going to discuss it. I'm going to look into it because it's worth discussing. It's worth looking into. And if you're a black person, if you don't think so, then you're part of the problem. So anyways, I'm going to end this off here. Thanks for watching. Peace and love to you and yours. And until the next video, take care of yourself. I'm out.